Good morning, everyone. Just have to say it's a pleasure to have Father Walter with us this morning. I know he's a familiar face to many of you, and we're grateful for your presence here today as Father Gerald is off in Rome, enjoying some vacation time. And he's been sending me some pictures, Father Gerald, and I did ask him, I said, I hope there will be an early ordination gift for myself when you get back. But he didn't say yes or no, so we'll see what happens. Today, we're continuing with our message series, Making Space. This is week 2. And I don't know about you, but if you happened to be here last week and you heard Father Gerald's homily, there was something he said that really stuck out to me, and that was, pray for the peace of Jerusalem. And how that phrase in the scripture can be seen theologically and it can be interpreted. However, we could really take that line literally in the wars and the times that we're in. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. And so I thought about this line this week, and I'm sure all of you are watching the news, or most of you, and you're seeing just the terrible war that's going on. Violence, anger, people suffering greatly. And I made a promise to myself in my own spiritual life for this week, and I'm hoping that I can share it with you, and perhaps you can consider doing this as well this week. I thought about the power of the rosary, the power of Our Lady, and how much those people in Israel need our prayers desperately. And you may say, well, yes, we're going to pray, it's kind of cliche, but no, it really is true. The power of the rosary and the power of Mary's intercession for those people who are suffering so greatly. Because the rosary forgives sins, it converts sinners, it brings comfort to those who are suffering. So we can consecrate ourselves to Mary for the people of Israel. And so I ask you this week, if you're able to, consider praying a rosary every day for the people of Israel. If you can't do every day, consider every other day, or even just once this week. If we all come together and pray for those people who are suffering greatly, we can be sure that Mary will intercede for them and that the Lord will hear our prayers on their behalf. Our gospel today, we're hearing the two groups that are coming to Jesus, and they're trying to back him into a corner. And those are the Pharisees and the Herodians. And the Pharisees were scholars of the Jewish law, the Mosaic law. They knew the law cold, and they followed it very strictly. And they are always coming to Jesus because, as you know, Jesus is coming and he's fulfilling the law, he's changing things, but of course they're going to try to back him into a corner and try to catch him on something he's doing. So they were very conservative in their time. And then the Herodians come in. The Herodians were a little more liberal. They followed the Mosaic law, but they were a little lax with certain things because they also followed the Roman law and they paid the census tax. So now they're backing Jesus into a corner and they're saying, well, will you pay the tax? Will you do it? And Jesus doesn't really answer yes or no, but what he does do is he says, well, whose picture is on that coin? Well, it's Caesar. Well, then it belongs to Caesar. And so I was thinking about this gospel today, and we could think about dual citizenship. We all have dual citizenship. Citizenship here where we live in the United States for most of us, and citizenship in heaven with Jesus through our baptism. What's more important? Well, obviously our faith and our citizenship in heaven is more important because it's eternal. However, we do have obligations, we do have rights in this country to be able to vote, to be able to live our lives, to work, and to receive a good education and many other things. And we pay taxes. So it's important that we stay in that role. But we always have to keep in mind in the back of our heads the importance of our citizenship in heaven and making space for that, because that is most important. And so as we gather this morning, 2 things to think about for making space. Let us make space for others, especially the people in Israel, through our prayers to the Blessed Virgin Mary. And also continuing to making space for what is truly important, our citizenship in heaven through the grace of our baptism. And if we do that, you and I will continue to be on the faith journey that we continue to do so well.